Hey there, this is Jaxie with the Systems Alliance, and in this video, we're going to compare movie subscription plans between MoviePass, Sinemia, AMC Stubs A-List, and more. And you make the decision of which one fits your lifestyle best. So to start out, everyone knows that MoviePass has been an absolute mess lately, and I have a few videos of that I've already put up previously. However, I'm not really here to rag on MoviePass at this point, but because MoviePass did come out with their aggressive plans, we do have competition now. So if there's one thing we can all thank MoviePass for, it's free market competition. Because now, as the consumer, we're winning because we have more choices now. Before, we didn't really have any choices for any subscription plan to possibly save us money, but because of MoviePass and what they did, we do now. Now, of course, you can argue that MoviePass did it to where they weren't making any money at all and losing money to the point where they had to reorganize everything, but we're going to look past that for this purpose. MoviePass's new current plan is $10 a month and 3 movies a month. As I said in a previous video, 85% of MoviePass users were seeing less than 3 movies a month, and so for most people, this doesn't really affect them at all in terms of being limited to 3 movies a month. Obviously, for people who see more, that's a separate issue, but for most people, this is a plan that on its surface would seemingly work. So let's go over the plan that MoviePass has to offer. The first problem is that you have a limited selection of movies. Now you might be saying, okay, well wait a minute, they took away surge pricing and they took away blackout dates, so what are you talking about? Well, you can't see any movie in a theater that you want to. So obviously MoviePass works mostly everywhere, but you can't see every movie in that theater. So I guess technically they're not blackout dates because at some point you can see the movie, but what they are doing now is they're just only putting certain movies available on the MoviePass app. So when you look at your phone, you'll see, oh, okay, I can see this movie, this movie, this movie. The others are either grayed out or they're not even listed there at all. I actually checked my app last week and was looking at it and noticing like, okay, it's weird that my theater near my house doesn't have a lot of movies to offer. Then of course I do some research and find out actually the movies are at the theater. MoviePass just isn't letting you see them with the MoviePass. So that's problem number 1 for the current MoviePass plan. You can't see every movie there. The second thing that MoviePass can't do is you can't buy tickets in advance, you can't reserve your seating, and just as always, you have to physically show up at the theater, be at the theater to use the MoviePass. So that's no different than what it used to be, but there are other plans out there now that don't force you to do that. You're also still limited to standard viewings, 2D only, so in other words, you're not getting any IMAX or 3D or any other type of showings. And the part that might really stink to some people is as far as those 3 movies a month go, you can only see any movie once. So at some point during MoviePass, you could see it multiple times. Now you're limited to just 1. A benefit of MoviePass, of course, and one of the ones that got it off the ground in the beginning, is that it's available at nearly every theater nationwide. However, there are some that don't take MoviePass because they had to have signed a contract with MoviePass in the beginning, and some theater chains did not sign that. For instance, I'm here in Arizona, there's plenty of Harkins theaters around, and Harkins does not take MoviePass. And it's a nice theater chain, just like AMC, and it'll be in certain malls as opposed to an AMC, so really, you are limited in some places, even with a MoviePass. As I said, there's technically no blackout days, but you are limited in selection in terms of movies, so there still is that limitation. But if you do go see more than 3 movies a month, they will give you a discount up to $5. Now, I don't know what kind of movie it has to be for you to get a $5 discount, but the point is, even if you're paying full price, you still get some sort of discount for MoviePass, even if you're beyond the limit of 3. Now on to Sinemia. So Sinemia is having a summer sale right now, and I suggest you go to their website and take a look at it, because at this point, it almost makes MoviePass obsolete. So they have a plan, $10 a month, 3 movies a month, the exact same plan as MoviePass. But here's the thing, they don't limit you in terms of what movies you can see. Any movie that's in the theater, you can go and see it. There's no weird selection that MoviePass comes up with. If the movie is in the theater in 2D, you can go and see it. That's how MoviePass used to be, but this is how Sinemia is now, and MoviePass isn't. Here's another thing that Sinemia has. You not only can buy your tickets online and reserve them in advance, but you can pick your seats as well. So obviously for many people, reserving seats and buying their tickets online in advance and not having to go to the theater and hope it's not sold out, that is huge. Similarly to MoviePass, you are limited to 2D showings. You can't use it for IMAX or 3D or any other type of showing. But if you want to, you don't have a limit in terms of the number of times you can see any particular movie. So if you want to see the same movie 3 times in a month, you can go ahead and do that. Another benefit is that from taking a look at it, it seems to work in all theater chains. And I guess it's because the way it's set up is separate from making exclusive deals with the theater chains themselves. So you can use it at a Harkins or any other theater. So it has a little bit of an edge over MoviePass there. Different than MoviePass is that there is no discount once you pass that 3 movies a month. Once you pass the 3, you're basically paying like you would normally. And if you're paying monthly, there is a $20 initiation fee, but if you pay yearly, there is none. So if you wanted to go just month by month to test it out, you're going to be paying a little bit more up front. But if you pay the whole year, you're good to go. However, the other thing that Sinemia has is multiple plans. So I know for a long time, people were saying, MoviePass, can you please come out with some sort of family plan or something so that everyone doesn't have to sign up for their own personal account, which makes it pretty difficult. Well, Sinemia has you covered there. They have several monthly plans. The first one is $4 a month for 1 movie. Not too bad. They also have $8 for 2 movies. So obviously this $10 for 3 movies is the best deal out of those. However, they do have $10 for 2 movies a month, but it does include IMAX and 3D showings. So those movies are obviously more expensive, so you'd be saving more with that plan if those are the type of shows you tend to go to. Also for $15 a month, you have 3 movies a month, but once again, you get IMAX and 3D. So for $5 more, you could change that 3 showings a month of 2D into 3 showings a month of IMAX or 3D. So once again, the consumer wins here because you have a choice. And that's kind of the thing with Sinemia and why I think it's a pretty good deal. You can choose a package that works for you. In addition to that, I mentioned family plans. They have family plans ranging from 2 to 6 people, and the prices generally multiply the base prices depending on how many people you have. But the point is, they're a really good deal if that's how you tend to travel to movies. Whether it's a bunch of friends going all the time or it's your family, whatever it is, they probably have a plan that fits you. Up next is AMC Stubs A-List. So their plan is $20 a month, 3 movies a week. There are no limitations on any of the movies. You can see 2D, 3D, IMAX, whatever it is, and you're not limited on which movie you can see either. The only thing is you are limited to just AMC theaters. So while AMC is the largest chain in the nation, some people aren't near an AMC. So once again, $20 a month, 3 movies a week, and you can buy your tickets in advance and reserve your seats online. So once again, it does the same thing that Sinemia does in that you don't have to show up at the door like you have to with MoviePass. And once again, you can see whatever you want, 2D, 3D, IMAX, any of the different types of viewings that an AMC offers. I know some offer something like a 4D and they have projections on the side, and some have the rumble seats. Whatever it is, it comes with the AMC Stubs A-List. But once again, you are limited to just AMCs. So this only works if there's an AMC near you that you like to go to. In addition to this, you get the complimentary AMC Stubs benefits with it too, which means you get to use their priority lanes for concessions and ticketing. You get 10% off of concessions, which, I mean, they're already marked up like 1,000% anyway, but still, it helps a bit if you plan on buying anything there. And you get free size upgrades on popcorn and drink. So this is the most expensive plan, but you also get by far the most movies, as long as an AMC is near you. Next up, we have Cinemark Movie Club. And Cinemark Movie Club is $9 a month for 1 movie. So if you live in an expensive part of the country, maybe that makes sense, but for many of you, you might only be paying $9 a movie anyway, maybe even less. So this doesn't really seem like that great of a deal, but that is their baseline plan. Just like the Sinemia and AMC plans, there are no limitations in terms of the movies that you can see at a Cinemark movie theater. You can buy your tickets in advance, reserve your seats, and there's no online fees. So it does have that perk as well. You can see the same movie multiple times, as in seeing the same movie once every month, since the plan does only come with 1, but you are limited to 2D showings, just like the base plan of Sinemia and the MoviePass plan, which means no IMAX and no 3D. Obviously, this only works at Cinemark. So where I am, there's no Cinemark. In fact, most of the places I've been, there's no Cinemark. So let me know if there's a Cinemark near you, and let me know if this is something you'd be interested in. It does have different benefits though. One is that you get 20% off of concessions, so better than the AMC one where you only get 10% off, and you can bring a friend every single time you go for the same $9. So it's like extending the membership, but just kind of doubling the price. But still, if you're seeing a movie that costs more than $9 and you can bring a friend and then all of a sudden you know you're plopping down $18, there you go. And one thing that's interesting is that you get a credit if you don't see a movie within a particular month. It actually rolls over to the next. So that can actually work in your favor if there's nothing you want to see in, say, February or March, but then April comes around and then you could see maybe 2 releases that happen there, or maybe even 3. It depends how much you roll over. So that's an interesting feature that the others don't offer. However, it does seem to be the most expensive in terms of number of movies per dollar paid. So that's basically it for the subscription plans that are currently out there. However, there is one in beta testing right now for Alamo. So I know a lot of you might have an Alamo Drafthouse or something near you, and that's where you go and watch your movies. Well, they have a plan in the works, and not everything is worked out yet, but here's what it looks like so far. Right now with Alamo, they would have unlimited movies. So if that sounds familiar, that's because that's what MoviePass had that kind of sent them into the gutter. But it's going to be somewhere between $15 and $20 a month. So for unlimited movies, $15 to $20 a month. Once again, like the other ones, aside from MoviePass, there's no limitation on the movie that you can see at the theater. It just has to be at an Alamo. You can buy multiple tickets in advance and reserve your seating. Once again, features that everybody seems to have except for MoviePass. And matching AMC's feature, there is no limit on the type of movie you can see either. 2D, 3D, IMAX, whatever it is, whatever Alamo offers, you can get with this pass. As I said, this one's still in beta testing, so this is the only information we have right now, but 40,000 people are currently on the wait list. So obviously this is something that people really want. So we'll just have to wait and see what they come out with as their final plan, especially since I'm sure they don't want to end up losing all their money like MoviePass did. So before you let me know what your thoughts are on all of these passes, the National Research Group surveyed over 1,500 moviegoers, and here are some interesting stats that they brought back. Out of all of these, Sinemia ranked number 1 as far as movie subscription services that moviegoers would subscribe to, and Sinemia won out with 41% of people saying they would choose them. 33% of people would still stick with MoviePass. So MoviePass, even though everyone seems to be beating them over the head with all their great deals, still came in second place. Only 23% said they'd go with AMC, which isn't that surprising because if 85% of people weren't seeing more than 3 movies a month, 3 movies a week for $20 seems to be a price point that only hardcore movie lovers would actually subscribe to. So that's why they're down at that 23% range. In addition to that, not everyone has an AMC near them. Only 16% of people said they would subscribe to the Cinemark Movie Club. So that deal seems to be less enticing to most people. But just back in April, only a few months ago, 83% of people said they were very satisfied with their MoviePass. Now, it's down to just 48%. And I assume that's a survey of people who didn't just get rid of it. And AMC Stubs A-List, even though it just launched in June, already has over 260,000 members. So it's growing super fast with all of the hardcore movie lovers signing on. So let me know your thoughts on this. Which plan would you sign up for? Would you stick with MoviePass? Would you go with Sinemia? Is there a Cinemark near you? If so, tell me about that. Would you go with AMC to see all the movies for $20 but have no restrictions? Let me know. Personally, I'll definitely be dropping the MoviePass, but it's a question of whether I go with Sinemia or whether I go with AMC. There is an AMC near me. In fact, the 2 closest theaters I think are AMC's. However, I'm not always near those 2 AMCs when I want to see a movie. I might be near a different location, in which case the Sinemia will come in a lot handier. However, I do like seeing movies in IMAX if that is available. I might hate 3D, but I do love IMAX, which means I could still subscribe to the $15 for 3 movies a month Sinemia package, which is only $5 less than the AMC one. So really it comes down to, am I going to see more than 3 movies a month? If so, I'm probably going to go with AMC. If I'm going to stick with 3 a month, then maybe I stick with Sinemia. So let me know your thoughts on all of these different movie subscriptions, which one you would pick. pick, which ones you think are bad that you would never go with, or what you would like to see from a new plan, whether it's from Alamo's beta testing or something you would like to see AMC or MoviePass or Sinemia or any of the others do differently. Put your comment in the comment section below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video, and we'll catch you next time.